off I'm at. My diamonds, they all look at this, that. I go to bed on bed. I got the B on the chair. They step on the rock, don't man. I'm a K-back, 400K. I got the lurking and they hate cats. Pockets stay fat. I got the from the block and they scamming, they know what banks at. I got the work on the avenue, they know what tanks at. I got the live in the mansion, they know what that. I got some that's up in the jungle, they know what that. I came on top of the building, yeah, my we had a plan. We came on top of the building, yeah, my we never ran. Down there, thought that I had a fan. Oh, hey, any 10 o'clock, got a flight out, yeah, I'm going back out to Japan. I got 2 Billy truck and a bitch door with a land. Bruce Wayne, I'm Batman. Batman, I'm best man. I got my best man. I go to hotels when I step out, yeah, your boy got a doorman. I go to nightclubs with a yeah, they call me the madman. I ain't no madman, I just go crazy, man. Ball hard, can't face, man. Choppers, rip wasteland. This what happen when you give it a taste life and you give it a wasteland. This what happen when you give it a fake life and then the ape in. I live with birds come out. Sounds like I see it in there. Hey, I'm on your turf again. This, that, you from the back of the I got a girl, Brett. She go to battle shit. I live with birds come out. Sounds like I see it in there. Hey, I'm on your turf again. This, that, you from the back of the I got a girl, Brett. She go to battle shit.
We are just inside the Beltway. Come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Arizona Cardinals and the Washington Redskins. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. First carry now. This is Johnson. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. Second down. Well, there was no blitz. That was just a draw play that, to be frank, didn't fool anybody.
Did we hear the entire stadium screaming draw? Because it felt like everybody was all over that play, and the defense won that battle.
All right, here we go. 3-19! 3-19!
On second down, Rosen. That's complete to his tight end, Seals Jones. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On third down, Rosen. Throwing left side, it's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 at a first down.
Now let's go! 3-19!
4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, here we go. 3-19! 3-19!
Now Rosen to throw on second down. Well, that's caught left side. Seals Jones with it. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. It's caught. Nelson. And a nice spin into some open field. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards on the play. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. Now, a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete. That his first incompletion after a 4 for 4 start.
Yeah, but they shouldn't back off from what they're doing. I like the play calling right out of the gate. I like the tone that they're setting. Keep going in that direction.
Green 39.
On second down, Johnson. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with third and still 7 yards to go.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Blue 90. Blue 90. Gone.
From the gun on third down, it's Rosen. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Ryan Anderson, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. And Hauschka's kick is good. And the Cardinals have the first points. It's 3-0. A lot of energy in this building tonight, but the opening drive produces 3, maybe quiets them just a bit, at least momentarily.
Just a little, right? That's all you're asking for, right? Things just getting started. You know they haven't taken the momentum totally here, but at the same time, they like what they've done here in the early going.
They run it here with Thompson. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he'll take it to the 43-yard line. This drive starting off on the right foot. 18 yards.
Really strong, effective run there out of a power set or a heavy set. 3 tight ends in the game, and that's tough for a defensive coordinator. They want to spot that lineup coming into the game early so they can get the proper defensive personnel on the field. That's why the coordinator is relying on some of the assistants to tell him what offensive personnel is hitting the field so he can adjust accordingly. They weren't able to stop him on that run.
20. 20. Hey.
Now Newton on first down. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. Taco Charlton in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
Hey. You got 3.
Now it's Newton. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. Well, what do you think? You get the ball off the turnover near the middle of the field. You take a shot here in the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position after a turnover. I feel like I might have a little bit off balance. I prefer to take a shot, but a lot of coaches will tell you you only do it if you trust the guy who's got the football in his hands. Meaning, if it's maybe turned into an interception, they'll go to the check down, go to a second option, and go ahead and take the play that's in front of him.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Now a handoff. Johnson fighting him off. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
I once had a defensive player in the NFL tell me, if I beat and dominate the guy across from me, I'm helping my team. Well, winning one-on-one battles is always a part of the game, but when you have good team defense, as we just saw there, one broken tackle, but he didn't get away because the rest of the guys arrived to put him on the ground.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Off the play fake, here's Rosen. Steps away, lets it go for Nelson. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. The Cardinals into the red zone for the first time. They've got it 1st and goal at the 6.
Now let's go.
They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
On 2nd down, here's Rosen. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. As his guys are in for 6. And the Cardinals will extend their lead. An out route there for the score. A quick out route there for the score.
Yeah, you're not really surveying the defense on this one. You're just counting on timing, making this play happen. 1-2, ball's out of his hands. Knows where he's going, just puts it to the outside. Touchdown.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And here come the Redskins now. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. Touchdown, Washington. Paul Richardson with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Redskins get the quick strike touchdown. Extra point good by Hopkins. Back live, Charles Davis to my right. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Redskin football to begin quarter number 2, as we'll see one following the score on the final play before break. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Twisting away. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. They're starting to pull away with this one. Early on that first quarter, they didn't look so great offensively. What has changed?
Sometimes it's just a matter of doing what you plan to do better. Sometimes you just put that all together and you execute. Other times it's just in a simple adjustment in your game plan, finding a spot that maybe was a little weaker than maybe you thought, and going to that. So many different things, so many different ways, but right now, on it.
Looking to add on here in the second quarter. And he'll find his tight end, Seals Jones. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards on the play.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run, because we envision them in offenses, catch the ball, how much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup.
Watch it now, Barney.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
From the shotgun, it's Rosen. Throw right side, going to be caught by Seals Jones. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players. Somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on third.
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league and converting on third down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, third down conversions. So they got one there.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit. Detroit.
They'll look to throw on first down with Josh Rosen. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
Yeah, he's just trying to throw this ball into the hole in the zone, but those windows can open and close quickly, especially in the middle of the field. So if the timing's not right, we'll see interceptions like that one right there.
They'll run with Thompson. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Hey.
Right back to him on first down. Gets through, and now an opening. And he's going to get this deep onto Arizona's side of the field. Big yardage that time for the Redskins. 47 yards. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. And they'll run it here. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
And they insert their dime package, 6 DBs here on 3rd and 6.
Expecting pass all the way. Newton to throw. Flushed out right. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? Here's Newton. Escaping the pressure right. And he's got it. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Chris Thompson with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Redskins are able to strike for 6. And he'll bang that one through. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate, and of course they'd like to forget the inning, the interception, but they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
3-19.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Troy Apke. And to the 40-yard line. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
On the ground, it's Thompson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Here's Newton now on 2nd down. Flush to his right. Now he'll let it go deep over the... And this is taken in at the 5. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. 1:52 left to play in this 2nd quarter. Back to FedEx Field following this short break. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Redskins. Chris Thompson with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Redskins find a way to stretch their lead. Hopkins with the extra point, and that makes it a 21-10 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. So out now come the Cardinals. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. They begin the drive with Johnson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Rosen on 1st and 10. And that's going to be incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
It seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
On play action, Rosen. Going deep for Benjamin. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Rosen. Lets it go for Nelson. And that one incomplete. Had some position, but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes his quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
On 1st down, Newton. They're connecting here with DJ Shark. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down. Now a 1st down throw for Newton. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jamar Taylor. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? Now, before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
To throw is Rosen. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. He will push his way down to about the 14. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number one. And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on fourth down.
Set. Green 39. Green 39.
They're going on fourth down. Rosen. And Nelson's got it here right side. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Gone. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now it's Rosen. Dancing to his left. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete. So we've reached halftime here in D.C. in our nation's capital with a home team, the Redskins, on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down, here's Newton. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll lead here to a third down. Just beating the play clock is Newton. And that is incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Taken in at the 22. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. The Cardinals offense now ready to get their first opportunity here in the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%.
Detroit! Here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Now Rosen to throw on second down. Lets it go for Nelson. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position. Couldn't hold on. Third down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Rosen will throw. Oh, he may have gotten lucky. Tried to dump it off underneath on the check down. Nearly picked. Instead, it's incomplete.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Here's Lachlan Edwards now as he'll punt it away for the second time. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The Redskins offense now, they head back onto the field. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game? You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
We got three, fellas. We got three. Gun. Hey.
To throw on second down is Newton. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Let's go. Tight right. Four down. Back.
Again, a run with Thompson. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Now Thompson. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
They run a draw here on 2nd down, and they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play, and it'll be 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Newton. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. And that one results in 35 yards. We often, with Cam Newton, talk a lot about his legs. Don't forget about that arm.
He can throw it on a rope. He can loft it. He's got the touch that's been developed throughout his career. But the big part about just watching him throw it, it seems almost effortless.
From the red zone now, Newton. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
The Redskins on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Newton throwing again. Eluding the press. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Hassan Reddick in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Well, this has been a pretty sizable drive. They've had some success. Finally, the defensive coordinator found some success of his own.
I think he just simply said enough of that. Okay, they've moved the ball well. We need to force the issue from our end, and that's exactly what he did.
And we'll begin it with a field goal try here. He'll have the win at his back here in the 4th quarter. And Hopkins' kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over. The punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Here we go now.
They go to Johnson again. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
Throwing now, Rosen on 1st down. Hauling it in, Nelson. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
Detroit!
Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. crossing route. He hits Demaryius Thomas. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. 23 yards on the play. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Now, let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
On 1st down, it's Rosen. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Nelson. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
On 2nd down, here's Rosen. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Ryan Anderson in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year.
Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
3rd and long here for Rosen. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. J.J. Nelson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cardinals draw a bit closer.
Boy, that route is really tough to cover because if they're running it correctly, you think it's really going to be a slant.
Yeah, well, we talk all the time about how it's tough to execute offensively, but you're saying, don't forget, it's tough to cover for the defense, too.
Yeah, the number one thing that you're taught is to not get caught inside or get beat inside. So you guard that a little bit more. So that gives you a little bit more space to operate outside if you start your move initially inside if you're a receiver.
Out comes the Redskin offense now as they get set to begin another possession. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. And they'll go with the ground attack here. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. And they'll go on the ground. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. And credit the tackle to Taco. Taco Charlton with a stop. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Out of the gun, Newton. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up fourth.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead, you've got to protect it, and he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, fourth quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
Over! Hurry up, here we go. 3:19.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he'll get this up to about the 40. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Not in a position where they absolutely have to rush right now, but they definitely have to pick up the tempo a bit.
Here we go now. 3:19. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Again, it's Johnson. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Only a yard on the pickup, so a good situation on 2nd and 2. It's now 3rd and 1.
Gone! Set! Green 39! Green 39!
They'll look to throw. Going to throw right side here, complete. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
Now let's go! 3:19!
Back to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd, as he'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. 3:19!
He'll look to throw. Caught by Nelson. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Set! Green 39! Green 39! Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Detroit! Detroit!
Back to throw. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down. This pass rush, they've been excellent all game long, and another example of it right there in the closing moment.
Not only with the pass rush, but how well they're coached, because if you don't quite get there, get to the quarterback, get your hands up into the passing lane and knock it away, as we just saw there.
Now let's go! 319! 319! Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Detroit! Detroit!
He's back to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. He was trying to hit Thomas that time. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. For his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
And Charles, I think when